How's it going, YouTube? This is Mark D'Illy. So, in this old house, built in 1850, obviously this system wasn't built in 1850, it was added a little bit later, but this is a fuel oil tank. You can see I have an insulated line. I'm still working on the outside and exterior of my house here. It's kind of a mess right now, but as you can see, the insulated line comes from the tank, goes into the basement, into the fuel oil furnace. Now, obviously, it's full now, but it was empty, and I got home today. I had the receipt in my door that said that they filled up my tank. It's at an angle like that, so obviously it gets as much possible in the line, you know what I mean? So it's kind of angled. I'm going to tear all this out and redo it one of these days. This is just the pre-existing setup that they had here. Yeah, it's kind of pitched down, so you know everything goes to the nozzle and then it can feed more out. But when it runs out, it'll suck some air into the line, and then when you get your tank full, you need to bleed that line in order to start up your fuel oil and get some heat going back to your house. So I'm going to take you through the steps on how I do that. Let's go check it out. So I do have a wood burning stove as my primary source of heat. Unfortunately, the stove and the thermostat are in the same room, which gives me a false reading, and so obviously I have to use the fuel oil as a backup. It's down in the basement, obviously. I've got a dead mouse there. I'm surprised the giant spiders haven't came down here and picked it to bones just yet, but maybe that'll happen hopefully whenever I'm not down here. This basement actually, for being built in 1850, is pretty solid. It's obviously got some condensation water lines and things like that, but for a semi-finished basement that I really haven't even had a chance to mess with yet, it's actually in pretty good shape. So this is the Lennox Elite Series fuel oil furnace. You can see the setup I got here. Now go ahead and pull this cover off. Expose what we got going on. Now, that little nipple, it's a bleeder. Let's see here. Aha. This is a 3/8 wrench, a 3/8 nut. Now what you need to turn on your system with that opened. It bleeds out the air. You can visually see it. It looks bubbly, and then eventually it'll start to turn dark, whatever, red. It's basically just diesel fuel. You know, until it starts to be a steady stream, and then you can close that line and you'll actually see it just automatically fire right up. Heat kicking on. You can't just open that up and turn it on. It'll obviously shoot fuel oil everywhere. So you need to get something along the lines of tubing. So as you can see, I put my tubing on to the nozzle there. Comes down. Just grab something, whatever. A bucket like this is completely sufficient. Okay. I have my better flashlight. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and fire the system up with the red button there. Open up the nozzle, let it shoot out. I will show you guys what that looks like, and then I'll show you the transition where it goes from bubbly to solid. So as you can see, I got the machine turned on. See, it's still really bubbly. It still looks foamy and frothy. You can also see in the line, bubbles. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit more red now, so you can go ahead. Okay, so I bled the line, and now we're just going to go ahead and try to restart this. As you can see, lit up with the flame. Everything's back operational. The line is completely bled. And that's it. It's pretty simple. Obviously, have a tube ready, have a bucket ready, have a 3/8 ready. I can smell that heat now. It smells delicious. All right, guys, that's it.